The dreams have been dreaming. The dreams have been dreaming, okay? If this message has found you, it's 1,000,000% for you. Like, this is one of those messages, it's like, it's for you. And it only would have come up and shown up on your page because you really needed to hear this message, like, right now. Like, you probably saw this in your browse features, or you probably were checking up on channels and this one just showed up, and or you were watching something else and it was on the like search area, because this message is like very, very prominent for this exact time. Okay, the dreams have been dreaming. That's what I'm hearing. The dreams have been dreaming, but I've also been feeling it, and you've probably been feeling it. You've probably had some weird, funky dreams recently, okay? And I feel like they're a little bit freaky to you, but it's almost interesting because it's like it's like the energy is like, or yeah, it's like the dreams are really intense, but the energy doesn't like hit the same frequency or essence of what it would hit if you were like in real life, right? Okay, so you've probably had some weird stuff coming up. You've probably had some of your fears coming up. You've probably had some things that you didn't even realize that you felt or thought about, or maybe you did know this, but you've literally just not even thought about them for a very long time, but they're literally rising to the surface, and they're rising through your dreams, and they're rising into your life right now, because this is a time for you to truly alchemize the deepest edges of you. You may be experiencing dreams that have a lot of water too, just because there's a lot of depth coming up right now. There's a lot of like, it's almost like the parts of you that are so deep within that you literally only talk about or mention with like someone you're extremely close to, maybe even a significant other, but that it's all coming up through your dreams right now, and it's all coming up through your body right now too. You may even have like moments where you're like, whoa, I didn't even realize that still affected me. Like, whoa, I didn't even realize that I was so sensitive to that. Let me put my phone away. Y'all know me. I can't channel when my phone is going off. I have to hide it. But I'm just getting this like crazy energy that like there is a purpose for this time, and it's a purpose for alchemy, and you're literally being asked by your angels, by your team of light, by whomever you call to basically allow these energies to rise and face them. Like, this is a really strong energy of like, you're being asked to face this shit that's coming up for you, and it might be heavy, like it might be really intense. But I'm hearing that a way to basically hone in on it is to take your dreams as a guided message. Take your dreams, not that they will come true, okay? So I really want to emphasize this. Like, you may be having really intense dreams, but it's not to scare you, it's to make you aware of the things that you hold deep inside of you that are almost like either fears or past traumas could be coming up for you. So for example, I'll give you one of mine, just so you can kind of understand. Like, recently I like never talk about myself. This is, so I have a massive fear of losing the people I love, like to death, because I lost someone when I was 17 years old. I lost literally the closest person in my life to me, and he was the person that literally saved me from taking my life. And so he was like my literal, like, one of my soulmates, and I lost him to death. He was tragically taken, right? Right? And ever since then, I've been moving through so much of losing people, and so much with like endings, and even just like learning to love again and trust again, because there's that mass fear that if I love and trust, I will lose them, right? That's like my biggest fear in life, is literally someone dying, because I've been through that and I've felt that depth of pain that comes with it when you love to the degree that you're meant to love. And so in my dreams recently, like, I've been having tons of dreams of everyone I love dying. And so that's like literally, it's literally that deep fear that I have, or trauma, that is coming to the surface through my dreams, because I know that no one's going anywhere, okay? Like, I've done more than enough internal work to know that, like, I'm safe and, like, my people are protected and, like, everyone's on their own journey, and you can't put your energy into that, right? But these dreams are coming to the surface to remind me and basically bring to the surface an opportunity for me to work through this fear that I have of losing people, or even deeper than that, right? This fear that I have of loving people even if I could lose them, right? So that's an example. So it's like, take that dream that you're having, or the dreams that you're having, and find the significant themes. And this is going to be continuing for like literally the next month, okay? And it's March of 2025. I feel like I need to note that because this is one of those videos that, like, it's actually very deeply connected to astrology as well. There's this crazy, and I'm not an astrologist, just so you know, I just follow an astrologer, and she basically explains why all the dreams are so crazy. And what's her name? I'm gonna tell you her name because I freaking love her. Like, I don't like astrologers, no offense, but like, they usually put so much fear into you, and I don't like that. But this woman is fantastic. I literally love her so much, and she just doesn't put any fear into her astrology readings. So I want to shout her out really quick. And she's just so fun to listen to. Hold on. Let me find her. She should be on my feed because I've been watching her videos like nonstop. Dang it, I'm missing so many tarot readings right now. There she is. Okay. Ooh. So her username is Valkyra. Oh, it's like German or Norse, Nordic. VALKYRJA, and then VOROR. Damn. Oh, and her @ is VORDR.art. She's literally amazing. Like, I'm obsessed with her astrology page. Like, she's so funny. So anyways, right now we are moving through this crazy, like, basically there's so much going on in the sky, and I'm not going to get into it because you guys can go deep dive with her, but I am going to basically show that there's so much that, like, is happening within all of the depths of us, because we're going through this Pisces transit basically, and there's so many different things happening, but like everything all mixed together is basically pulling the deep edges of you to the surface and asking you to look at them and asking you to work on them and asking you to basically face them, right? So that's kind of like what's going on with our dreams here, and this is where that energy is coming from, that's literally asking you to look at yourself, because it's almost like there's this energy that if you're not looking at yourself, you're going to be shown yourself either way. So might as well just look, right? And like take it as an opportunity and really just receive what your body is trying to pull to the surface, because you and I both know that, like, even though we have so much that we have worked on, the work never ends, baby. The work never ends, and it gets more and more fun. And I think that you and I can relate on that, and maybe not, but you will relate one day, okay? I predict that for you. Because it does become more fun, because once you get into the energy, and you probably relate with this and feel this so deeply, but you probably have gotten to a point where it's almost like that inner work is kind of addictive. Like, you almost like crave opportunity to change. You crave opportunity to become better. Like, you're like, what else can I look at? What else can I look at? And anytime something starts to rise within you, you're almost like, it's like so uncomfortable, but you're like, I feel like I thrive in the uncomfortability of this. And I feel like you do. Like, I feel like you're at a point where you're literally like, give me more. And so that's also why so much of this is coming up, because it's like, oh, you think you can do more? Challenge yourself and see if you can. And so all this is rising to the surface, and this is literally an opportunity for you to just look at what's coming up and ask yourself and look at yourself, the reflections of you within your dreams, especially as they continue. I think they're gonna get more intense. Like, I'm feeling already that these dreams are gonna be wild, and it's gonna be for like a minute. Like, it's just like, it's not slowing down, okay? It's just gonna keep coming up to the surface, and it's gonna be, I think that every time that you get the opportunity to look at something, you're gonna get deeper. You're gonna see that there's more within you too. And I literally wrote this thing yesterday. That's funny, I never ever do stuff like this. This message is different. I said that in the beginning. It's different. I wrote this thing yesterday. Let me see if I can read it to you. Okay, this is one of the like things. It's kind of like a poem, but it's like a poem quote type of thing, but it's going in one of my future books. Okay, ready? I know sometimes when you look in the mirror, you see that deepness in your eyes and wonder if it's pure light or the darkest parts of you. You worry sometimes and look away out of fear of what might be said in the silence of your own glance. But my dear, you are not whatever that is. You are even more than you can comprehend, so stare longer. Dive deeper. Let the gaze of your soul hold your attention long enough for tears to begin to fall, because you will feel it. Your heart. Your essence. And in luck, you may even remember who you actually are. What magic. Whew. I forget you have to like calm your voice to read poetry. There's so much like depth to poetry that you like have to emphasize that, and that's a whole thing. But literally like that's the essence that I'm feeling right now. Like literally dive deeper. Like go further into yourself than you have ever gone before, because there are parts of you that want to be seen right now that you have forgotten exist, or they are parts of your soul codes that are so deep within you that you have to basically like literally like break certain points to access them. I'm seeing like video game energy, kind of like where like you have to do certain things within a video game in order for something to become unlocked for you to then go to a new realm, right? And I feel like this new realm that is becoming available for you is within you, and it's so deep within you that you basically have to witness everything that's coming to the surface in order to hit that unlock point where you then get to basically deep dive into this new realm of you that you don't even know exists. And this feels so strong right now. Like I need to breathe. There is also a huge message coming through right now of like, make sure that you're grounding yourself in this time. We have so much Piscean energy going all around, plus we're entering into Piscean time, whatever. What's that called? The month of Pisces. Why can't I remember what that's called? You're gonna have to comment what that's called. Why can't I remember that? That's weird. But basically like this time is a very flowy, watery time, and it's gonna be all over the place. And so ensuring that you have grounding options and ways that you can ground yourself, just like opportunities and like practices that always have helped you, make sure that you're doing those. Like this is such a prominent time to ensure that you have access to the deep roots of your soul and the earth specifically. So like being in nature a lot, and also just having your feet on the ground and making sure that you're getting negative ions, and even like hypnosis, meditation, like whatever you can do to like really pull forth. I guess this is also a shout out video. Geez, there's a hypnosis on my friend's page. Her name is Iris. And I will probably just link it in the thing. Hopefully I remember to do that, but her name is Iris Daly in case I don't. I hope that's how you say her last name. Anyways, she has this hypnosis that has a grounding energy to it. And it basically pulls earth energy into your body to link you with the center of the earth, which pulls you into the earth, which I think is so potent and powerful right now specifically. I'm trying to think of which one it is. For some reason, I feel like it's one of her self-worth ones, but she might have renamed it. So anyways, I'll try and tag it down below and remember what it is and put it in the caption for you. And yeah, so just like right now, just ensuring that you have methods to ensure that you're grounded, to really be connected to your body and to the ground. There was something else that I was touching on. Hold on. I feel like there is so much being cleared right now, and I think that that's why everything is coming to the surface too. There's just so much, there's so much that is not meant to move with us, with you, into this next field of your life, this next chapter. And we've been talking about this chapter. If you're new here and this video found you because it's a little different, if any other videos feel super calling to you, go check those out. But more than anything, we've been talking about basically like this new timeline that we're entering, or this new chapter is what I've been calling it. I love the term chapter. That's just a me thing. I love that term. But this new chapter, this new decade, and I actually got this intuitive hit that it's not going to be a decade, it's going to be actually up to like 15 years that we're going to be moving through in this chapter that we're all talking about. Not just me, lots of other tarot readers are talking about it too. It's almost like a collective chapter upgrade spiritually. But this chapter, I feel like it's going to be much more than we realize it's going to be. Like, I've been saying decade, but I think it's going to be more than a decade. And it's just going to be such a fun decade. But I feel like it's literally like, again, with this like game message that I'm seeing, like this video game, I keep seeing this like new room that's basically opening for you. Ooh, I'm just getting so excited right now. So there's, yeah, it's like this new, it's funny, I'm seeing purple. This room is like purple and like glowing, and it has like gold energy in it. Gold could be significant. It has like, yeah, there's just like really prominent like, I think that this is you really or connecting to and kind of opening your third eye energy, or even like your throat chakra energy too. It could just be more connected to your higher chakras. And so that's why I'm really emphasizing and sharing that you have your root chakras taken care of, because, okay, I'm gonna tell you a story. Or kinda. I don't know what it is. This is definitely a much more intimate message. I wonder if the messages are gonna get more intimate as we keep going, because it seems like Spirit's using my life now as talking points, which is interesting. Oh, wrong button. So anyways, when I first entered deep into my spirituality, I had already had my spiritual awakening, and it was probably like a year and a half after, and I was putting so much effort and work into my higher chakras and opening them, and I didn't know anything about spirituality, so I didn't know you needed to start from the root up. I knew that it was just so cool, like, because I realized I had these abilities, and it was the first time that I I knew I had them. Like growing up, like I mean, I didn't realize that that's what it was. I just knew that I had them. Like I have this ability to see spirits through my third eye. I can like see, I can't see specifics yet. I feel like that will develop over time, but like I can see where they're standing. Like I can see where their energy is, and I can feel them when they're around. And I've always been able to, like when I was younger, I used to talk about this. I used to like say that there were spirits watching me when I was sleeping, like in my room. I used to have like moments like that, and then I would just ignore them when I was younger, and then I hit my spiritual awakening, right, and I kind of started deep diving into it, and I started like I knew I had these abilities, but I just never understood what they were. And so then I started tapping into my clairvisuals, and I lived in this house that was in this really like dense area. Okay, it was basically in an old swampland, and it was just a very dense energy field. Like it was almost like a portal of dense energy, but it was not just the house, it was like the whole area where all those houses were. Like it was like deep energy. Like and so I started like seeing spirits outside watching the house, like because I could see them, and I knew where they were standing outside the house, and I'd wake up in the middle of the night knowing that a spirit was outside the house, and like I started getting really freaked out. And at the same time, I was living in this house with one of my closest friends at the time. She was super psychic also, and she had way crazier she had clairaudience and some of the other clairs too, so she was like much more developed, and she just started her spiritual journey like way before I did. And so she literally could, like, this is kind of private, but y'all don't know who she is. She had the ability to like hear, like clairaudience, deep clairaudience that like I don't even have. Like I've only had few moments where I hear clairaudient things, and it continues to move forward, but like I've only had a few moments, right? And she just had these crazy abilities, so she would literally get woken up in the middle of the night. Like I was getting woken up knowing that they were there, and she was getting woken up to them talking to her. And so this home was just like so wild, and it was almost to a point that we like didn't know how to control it. And I had no understanding of like centering through my root chakra at that time. Like I had no practice. I didn't know anything about hypnosis back then. Like I didn't know anything about even meditation. Like I didn't really meditate. I just ran around like a fairy with like all of my upper chakras open, and I just like saw crazy shit. And so I didn't know, and then I got to a point where I got so freaked out because I knew that I could like feel the energies around, and I didn't know how to close myself off to them, that I ended up shutting off all my chakras. And I don't know why this message is coming through. Like I don't know why Spirit's having me tell you this story, but I feel like it's probably important because you may even be a reader, you may be a tarot reader, or you may just have abilities, like channeling abilities. And this is just probably something that's interesting to listen to, also to understand, because when you don't, like if you're entering into that journey, like understanding how important it is to start from the root up and to really like center yourself in your like grounded energies first before you start opening yourself to the psychic field is just so important. So anyways, after that, I ended up shutting off all of my chakras, and I didn't touch them for like 2 years. Like I just like turned it off, and I didn't even know I did it. I just got so scared that I like shut them off completely because I had another really crazy experience that just like freaked me out to my knees. I was literally so freaked out that I just shut everything off. And after I did that, I didn't know how to reopen it. And so I was like, oh shit, like I just like canceled out my abilities. And so I spent 2 years just like, instead of doing that, I was actually being taught the lesson of how to ground into my body, so then I could go from a centered place to open my chakras. And literally every single time I do these readings, I kid you not, I sit and I pray beforehand, and I start from my root chakra up before I ever open my channel to anything. And I just feel like this is such a strong message that just keeps coming through, and I think it's because we're in this like Piscean energy, and Pisces are so psychic, okay? They're so connected to the energy that moves around. Like they are literally water spirits, and the energy of everything that moves around moves in waves. Like it's just, my whole body has chills right now because it's just the truth of the matter, and they're so connected to that, even if you don't realize. Like so many Pisces are so psychic. And so basically we're just in this really intense like opening phase, and I just feel like it's so important, and the angels are really coming in here to like reiterate, to ensure that you're grounded as you're entering into this space, because there are things that are going to come and rise to the surface that are so deep within you, and they may even unlock new abilities for this next chapter that you're moving into. And in order to move into it, you have to move through this stuff that just cannot come with you, because this is like a really big era of your life. Like it's going to be so magnetic and beautiful, and like we've already talked about this chapter, like it's going to be so fun. And it's almost like the angels are just really, the angels and the planets and literally everything in the astral field is coming together right now. My whole body is so lit up right now. It's crazy. They're all coming together at this one moment in time to basically say like, it's time, we're entering, time to bring everything to the surface that can't move with us, time to pull it so that we can move it through and let it go, basically. And the only way to move it through is to witness it, right? There's this huge witnessing happening right now with everything that's so deep inside of you that's not meant to be with you. These things that like this next chapter, you're safe. Like I think that's so important to know. You're safe. Like this next chapter, your alchemy is coming to fruition in the physical. Like this next chapter, there is so much that's coming in for you that you cannot receive if you don't feel safe to receive it. So, sorry, the camera cut out. So this last moment is literally like everything rising to the surface so that you can witness it and allow it to be released, so that you can feel safe entering into this new chapter. And Spirit is so loud. I literally wasn't gonna record this message today because today's my day off. I was like, I'm gonna just rest all day. And then I was like, oh, the dreams are dreaming? The dreams are dreaming? Okay, I'm on it. Let's do it. Let's do this. Okay, I love you so much. This message is probably coming out before a few of the other messages, just to note, because I feel like this message feels really urgent. So it's almost like I can already feel the caption or something about it's gonna say like, today, like, or urgent message or something from the angels, because this feels so prominent to just get out there like right now. So yeah, I love you so much. And if if you're here and if you're new, welcome to the family. I'm so excited to have you here, and I will see you guys in the next message. We have so many fun messages coming out, and I love you guys so much. I love, 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 love you. And yeah, sweet dreams.